Hey everyone, it's Jillian here. Welcome back to another episode of The Winning Insights and happy No Stirrup November. This episode, we have Brad Barkemeyer explaining some of the reasons that he thinks you should be riding without stirrups and gives you some exercises that you can use this month. Here's Brad.
One of the other things that can help with checking your own posture and your own horsemanship is to ride without the stirrups. Sometimes I'll have my students drop their stirrups and ride around. We may even do patterns without stirrups at all, but it gets the consciousness about where your feet are and what you're doing with your legs and where your balance point is. If you start relying on having those stirrups under your feet all the time and actually pressing on your stirrups too much, it takes away from your effectiveness as a rider using your seat. So I constantly stress getting on your seat, feeling that horse underneath you so you're sitting on your saddle properly. And when you drop your stirrups, you don't have that ability to press against the stirrups, right? So you've got to let your legs hang naturally. And the minute I let go of my stirrups, this horse immediately starts traveling differently, right? Before I had my legs up where he was comfortable, me holding on to his rib cage a little bit with the calves of my legs. But the piece that we're working on here is for you to stay centered and not to get leaning one way or the other, forward, backwards, or laterally, side to side. The main thing is keeping your toes turned out where you're not squeezing the horse, but yet you've got that ability to almost wrap your legs around the horse's barrel to maintain your balance front to back. Laterally, if I feel like I'm falling to the inside, I can stick my leg out away from the horse, which helps compensate and bring my upper body back to center. I'll have my students travel on a straight line and increase forward motion just by increasing the energy on their feet and then taking their feet completely away. Okay, and see how that horse stopped and actually started to back up. That's a good response, and that tells you how little you need to do with your feet and your legs when they're in the stirrups. There again, less means more. If you take your feet out of the stirrups and you want a side pass, you just barely press against that horse's side with the calf of your leg, right? Where you're not pushing down on that stirrup. It just creates a more effective signal, clear to the horse. It becomes a consistent and effective way to maneuver your horse.
Thank you guys for tuning in to the Ride Podcast. We hope you enjoyed this episode, and please be sure to subscribe wherever you listen to podcasts. Follow Horse and Rider Magazine on social media and find us at horseandrider.com.
If you guys have any questions or comments, please be sure to hit us up at horseandrider@equinenetwork.com. We want to hear from you guys.
And if you like what you're listening to, be sure to leave us a review on iTunes.